out the voice of captivity. There's one, he's Jesus, and the illusion of routine drives its snot-nosed kid to the store before darkness opens the occupied territory. And the baby kisses the pit bull goodnight on the lips. On New Year's, they did not get answered. Now you're hot on the street, treading the edge like it was the sidewalk. And I cried for you, Annie, on the cracked pavement, watching you hitchhike alone through the eucalyptus berries, bundling your coat against the cold, wearing transparent dresses, and moving too fast for anyone. I've lost you, Annie, in the artichokes. Your first instinct, always to run, it was right. The people who clung to you like pilot fish, they followed you, Annie, the compass in an armored car. But I kept losing you. Annie! In my dreams I find you, the blatant maniac, too beautiful to cause offense. With that look you're always handing out. Don't show it to me, Annie. Your screams are coming from my mouth now. I was riding on the 16-8 bus to my massage job downtown, when I sat down next to a thin, friendly blonde girl. She said she was on her way to the clap clinic. She thought she had clap at the throat. She might have gotten it from these guys she'd worked with on a porno film. I'd never met anyone who'd done porn before. short, very hardcore series of films called Ultracore. A few days later, I went to a large brick building in the Tenderloin. It's across from Hyde Street Studios now. I was overweight and not nearly as flashy as the other women, but much more enthusiastic. They had this outrageously beautiful makeup woman who was from Fresno, like me. A few years later, she'd fall in love with my friend Patty at my wedding. The title of the film was Hot Nazis, and I was to play a lesbian Jew. I was very impressed when I heard Michael Bloomfield was writing the music for it. There were no scripts. One room was a reproduction of a bleak concrete bunker. At one end was a radio. On the wall to the left was a cage, a barbed wire cage filled with straw and bones, fresh bones from cattle legs. There was a large wiry German Shepherd gnawing on one of the bones. Myself and a girl named Virginia were to be in the cage. I took her aside to find out if she really liked women. She did. She'd done a lot of this work before. The first scene to be shot was of us getting it on in the straw. I had no idea having an audience would get me off so much. She gave ferocious head and finger fucked me till I screamed. The crew applauded our first scene. And then Artie, in retrospect I know it was Artie, asked me if I would fuck the dog. I mean, I wanted to be a trooper, but the dog... Virginia attempted to get him aroused. He growled. They left him alone. The rest of the action focused around a tall, gaunt man named Vernon and his girlfriend Angel, a beautiful Nordic blonde. They did some scenes of the guards fucking one another and the girls, and then it was my turn. I was to be held down on a table and screwed by Vernon. Everyone was doing hits off a full bottle of liquid amyl nitrate. He started out by running a riding crop slowly along my